Good morning, guys. I'm taking Gingi to an appointment. She doesn't want me to stay with her, so I'll just be dropping her off. She's gonna go get a facial. And it's not, has nothing to do with cosmetic. Well, I mean, I guess it does. She's getting a facial. It's for acne, and this is almost like a last ditch effort. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna take her into the doctor. So she got up in the front. She got up in the front. Miss Gabby was like, I got this. You gotta sit in the back. Yeah, that's okay. You want to say good morning to everybody?
Good morning.
All right, so we're gonna be on our way, and we'll be all right, guys. We dropped Gingi off, and then we came over to my mom and dad's because you guessed it, there's another party today. So hi, Apa, buenos días. Bien, gracias, Apa. ¿Y usted?
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
¿Ya llegaron Irma y Andy?
No.
Ya están aquí, los acabo de ver. Yo pensé que aquí estaban ya.
Hi, love you.
¿Y mi mamá?
Está bañándose.
¿Quiere que le ayude, Apa?
No, ya acabé. Ya nomás voy a...
¿Usted puso las mesas y todo?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Es para sopleteé todo la calle aquí.
Sí, pues todo se mira bien limpio.
Sí, que había un basurero allá.
Sí.
Ahí.
Ama's taking a shower.
¿Es el shower? Okay, you good? Okay.
No, dice que ahorita va a ir por ella.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I get here and my dad already has the tables and chairs set up. And I just saw my sister, because my sister doesn't live here. She lives in Tulare. ¿Qué más se necesita? No, nomás que tengo que llevar acabo de llevar a la Gingi a una cita.
Sí.
So tengo que ir para atrás por ella.
No, está bien.
So-
Ahorita que venga Irma a ver qué quiere que pasarlos. Porque seguro un ratito.
Well, we're gonna go. We'll be back.
Okay, where are you going? ¿Sí?
¿Sí le entendió, Apa? To pick up Gingi, a ir a recoger a la Gingi.
Oh.
Ya oigo a mi mamá.
¿Eh?
Ya oigo a mi mamá que ya salió.
Sí. Ahí está. Pásate.
Sí, ahorita me paso. Thank you, Apa. There she is.
Okay,
So today, my sister, my older sister Irma, she wanted to get together for her husband's birthday. So we're going to be making pupusas and gorditas here at my mom and dad's. And I actually just saw them in town while I was dropping Gingi off. They didn't see me. And I thought they had been here already, but they hadn't. So they were just pulling up into the store. But yeah, gonna see what else he needs really quick before I head back out. I just wanted to come and say hi since I was in town, so I can go home, finish getting myself ready. Gabby's ready. I just need to put some shoes on her. Maybe she'll stay in slides, I don't know. But I'm hot already. I put on some sweats just to throw something on so I can bring Gingi, and now I'm hot. But on a better note, my burn today looks good. It hurts, but it looks good. It's getting there. It's drying out. So I did go ahead and take a shot this morning because the bottom of my feet were killing me, and I don't want to be limping all day. So I did take a shot. So it looks nice and dried out already, so I thought it was okay for me to take it. So I did go ahead and take it this morning. But let me go and check on my mom, and I'll be back. Okay, so Gabby and I are here at Walmart. I had to come get a couple of things that I need before I pick Gingi up. And I will be going back to my mom and dad's house, but I needed to come get some eye drops because my eye is starting to. The last 2 days I woke up and I noticed that it's swollen, so I did put the steroid drops in, but I don't want to keep putting those in. So I'm coming because I ran out of the other eye drops that they had given me, so I came to get those and just a couple other little things that I need. Yeah. And just grab a couple of the little things that I need, and then probably gonna head home to grab a couple things, go pick up Gingi. I'll go home to go pick up a couple little things and come back to pick up Gingi and head over to my mom's. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I just picked up Gingi and she got her first facial, and I'm gonna show you guys her face. She got some extractions done, and she looks good. She said she loved it and she can't wait to go back. I'm like, let me join you. So she did get some products for her face as well. So I brought her into the kitchen only because here is probably the brightest place in the room. Yeah, so we're gonna start getting ready to go to my mom's, and we'll be back. All right, guys, so we are about to head out to my mama's. So I got ready really quick. Gingi got herself together, and so now we're headed out there. So we'll see you there. All right, guys, so we are here at my mom's. My dad is doing the masa. They have some. What's in this pitcher right here, Irma? Just water? I know of what? That's it? Alright, guys, so my dad is doing the masa, him and my sister, but my sister is pouring the water and my dad is doing...
pouring the salt.
Ya le echaron.
There's a lot of chiefs. There's a lot of chiefs in this process.
Ya hice mi parte, papá. Ya la chacha le echó su sazón.
And Iris made some agua fresca here. It's cucumber and lemon. He wants to say hi. Got a lot of chiefs here today, but not a lot of workers. Alright, guys, so my sister is making pupusas and gorditas. So let me see what she's got done and what she needs help with. You have the carne already made, huh?
These are, it's not carne today. No.
Oh, what is it?
This is chile colorado papas.
Oh, it doesn't have any meat in it. It's just papas.
Papas.
Oh,
This
okay.
is zucchini.
Ooh.
And this is beef.
Okay.
So we got all the stuff. Potatoes and beef. We're making mush. And then there's other stuff side for pupusas.
So it is.
Because that's what my husband. It's my husband's birthday.
Lisa y Irma y Chacha, mira, lo bonito es disfrutar aquí la familia, ¿no? Sí. Y esa parte.
So we're laughing because my brother Daniel, you know, who I've talked about before, he does not eat the red meat. So my sister Irma is saying, you know, yeah, because the party isn't about my husband, it's about my brother. It's about Daniel. So because they're catering to him. So the chile colorado has no meat in it. It's just potatoes, and everything looks really good. The calabacitas, oh my gosh, my favorite. Love it. So can't wait. But they have most of the stuff done already. It's just they're gonna make the pupusas and gorditas right now, so that's why they're doing the masa. So like I said, a lot of chiefs, which makes it hilarious. And we have Gingi over here who brought her laptop so that she can do her homework. She's got her stuff over there. She's trying to be responsible. That's what I'm talking about, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama? All right, guys. So I left the party to come pick up my aunt, so she can go over for a little while. So I'm here to pick her up. I'm gonna go grab her, and I'll be back. Oh my gosh! So kind of wanted to touch base. Did you think I was talking to you? Yeah. Sorry. Because I'm sitting here thinking the margaritas last night. Oh my gosh! Somebody before had, I know I said it last night, but somebody before had asked me if I had ever had a bad margarita. Whenever we've gone to Tahoe Joe's, their drinks are always amazing. I don't know if it was because it was kind of later in the evening or what, but I understand people like their drinks, you know, strong, and that's okay if it's a strong drink, but you can still taste like the mixer or whatever it's got in there. This was like, it tasted like just straight tequila with ice and a straw. And The first one was strong, and so I was like, no, I don't want the same thing. Give me something different, maybe something with a little more flavor. So I got the second one. It was worse than the first one. Oh man, they were super, super strong. And you can have something. Are you hot? Yeah, his cheeks are red. It is a little warm today. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted with the Good morning, guys. So I cut yesterday's video off really short, mid-party. My dad had an accident yesterday. He fell, and we rushed him to the hospital. So this morning it's not even 5 o'clock in the morning yet, and I'm here at my mom's to get some clothes to take to him because we're hoping that he gets released today. But it was a awful scary situation. This morning I feel like I got beat up, and it was just awful. I'm exhausted. It was just an awful thing to go through. So if I'm feeling this way, I can only imagine what my dad's feeling. He fell and he hit his head on some brick and got his eye right in the right place, because his eye completely swelled shut and he had a black eye. He was bleeding. It was really scary. It was a scary situation. But thank God that we all came together. We got him to where he needed to be. My sister stayed with him until she could last night. We were there, but they wouldn't let all of us in. And so now this morning, I just want to be there, you know, right now for visiting hours, but I want to be there with him so he's not by himself, and to take him some clean clothes because his other clothes was pretty dirty. So I'm gonna go in here, grab his clothes, and I just wanted to give you guys an update as to why that cut off so abruptly. But I'm gonna get his stuff, and then I won't vlog in the hospital, but I'll let you guys know that I am there, and then I'll pick up when I can. Alright guys, I just made it here to the hospital. I'm gonna go ahead and go in. I have his clothes here with me, so I'm gonna go in and check on him. So I'll be back with an update. Hey guys, I just got home. It is after 8 o'clock in the evening. I am exhausted. I'm tired. I miss my kids. I miss Art. My dad's home. We were able to get my dad home. I feel like it's been a week that I've been gone. I think it was just a lot of emotions, and I'm just glad my dad is back home, and for the most part he's okay. I am extremely tired. I'm gonna go in and take a shower. Gonna go take Gabby a shower, make sure that she's cleaned up, and get their stuff ready for tomorrow for school. And I will resume this video tomorrow, and I will update you guys on everything that happened. But my dad is home, and thank you God that my dad is home, and for the most part he is okay. Hey guys, so I come in the house and Art is getting dinner ready, wanting to make sure that we all eat. He had already he had Gingi bathe Gabby and get her ready for the night. She's just not in her pajamas yet because they were getting stuff together so that we could all eat together. So I appreciate him so much, especially right now with everything that's going on. Yeah, baby, that's my sticker from the hospital. I missed you so much, baby. I missed you so much. I did get cold. The hospital was freezing all day. That I'm even cold right now. I was there since super early in the morning, got home really late, and I was just telling Art, you know, I feel deflated. I don't know, you know, not in my mind. Not my body, just like my mind is like I'm drained. I'm just drained. I am grateful to Art for holding it down, you know, while I was gone, making sure the kids were taken care of, the house was clean, and he's making a delicious dinner. And I thought I was gonna have to come home and do all this stuff, and he got it done. So I appreciate that. So right now he's got the Weber going, because he's got okay, thank you. I will take it to them.
I gotta pick some more, and I'm gonna take some to my grandma.
Oh, that'll be good.
That's almost ready. I already got everything marinated. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you for, I wasn't expecting all this, and I appreciate you.
I already had a long day with bad news. So hopefully I'll end with a good stomach, full, and some rest. We have a long week, so.
I know. It is going to be a super long week.
That flame go down.
So this is, I'm trying to zoom in here. So this is going to be a long week. I have a lot of appointments coming up. My mom has her appointment with a foot specialist on Tuesday, and then they have both my mom and dad have an appointment with their primary care physician on Wednesday, and then after that my mom has her MRI that same day, her MRI of her foot that Wednesday evening, and the next day. Yeah, and she doesn't feel better yet, but hopefully with this will help have her feel better. Yeah, we love Papa. Yeah, and then with yeah, it's okay. She wanted a sweater because I'm wearing a sweater, so she wanted one too. Can you put it on? Do you need help? You got it? Okay, I want to see you do it. Thursday I have my aunt, but with what's going on with my dad. Good job. Look at you. She put her sweater on by herself. Let me see. Good job. Look at you. She put her sweater on all by herself. Yeah. She did it right too. Good job. Booms. Yeah. So maybe now would be a good time to let you all in on what happened, because I don't really want to talk too much about it tomorrow, you know, when I'm with them. So Saturday, I was at my mom's house, and my sister was having a party, just a small birthday party for my brother-in-law, and my dad had been really active all day. You know, when part of the vlog you guys will see is that, you know, my dad's cleaning up the outside. He had cleaned the stove. He was cleaning the stove when I got in. He had used, cleaned up the backyard. He used the blower to clean everything off, including the outside, the sidewalk, the gutter. He had everything like squeaky clean. He had set up tables and chairs already. He got my mom breakfast, her coffee. You know, he had been super busy. Then I went to go get Gingi, came back, and my dad, he's doing masa, he's roasting chilies for the chilies. He did a lot that day. So my dad fell. And he hit his face on the bricks in the back, and we don't know what like really happened. He had gotten up to go throw his plate away, and he had been gone for a minute, and somebody asked, where's dad? Where'd he go? And we turn, and somebody yells, oh my god, my dad's on the floor. And we see my dad over there by the back room, and that's what Art is making right now. It looks good, babe. It looks really good. So everybody runs, we look, and my dad's on the ground face down, by the back. And we run, and we turn him over, and he's bleeding. And his eye is black, and it had completely swelled shut. I mean, he was having slurred speech, and it was really scary. It was really awful to see my dad like that. We didn't know what happened, and I know that I panicked, and I didn't know what to do. I know I ran in circles like 3 times. I was looking for napkins, and I guess they were right in front of my face, and I didn't even see them. And finally I think I gave up, and I was like, I'm just calling 911. And so I called 911, and they got there and transported him to the hospital. And we were able to stop the bleeding before they took him. So he was there, and this happened, oh my gosh, what time was it? Oh, you don't even know. You were still at work.
I think it was around 3 o'clock, because
and I was gonna say like 2 or 3.
Yeah, because I was supposed to be on break. I think when the next thing it was.
So it happened about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and from that moment until I tried to go into on the ambulance with him, because he's a very nervous person. So I didn't want him by himself. One of us wanted to go with him. You know, I said I would go, but they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me go with him. So I just told my dad, you know, I'm gonna go with you. You're not gonna be by yourself. I'm gonna be there. And they wouldn't let me on. And then we get to the hospital, and he was like in the hall area for what seemed like forever. So I couldn't go back there with all the new COVID stuff. So he was back there by himself, you know, which that was some of the hardest stuff is not being able to be there with him. Probably not much that I could have done for him, but just to have somebody there with him. My dad doesn't speak very good English, so I know it was really scary for him to be back there. And he understands a lot, and he could probably speak some of it, but all of the big words he's not going to understand. And then him you know, hitting his head the way that he did, he was not in the right frame of mind to be able to understand what it is that they were wanting from him. But finally it was maybe, gosh, 8 o'clock last night when they finally allowed one of us to go back there. But it had to be whoever was staying the night. And so I wanted to stay with him, but my sister, you know, she is in the medical field. She does more of the medical stuff. So it was in my dad's best interest for her to stay. So, you know, we all agreed and we were okay with that. And that was the best thing for my dad. But then they didn't let her stay. They moved him, you know, to the main area out of the ER. And so they didn't allow her to stay. So she left at midnight. So then that's where I pick up on the video and on the vlog. And I got up a little after 4 o'clock in the morning and took a shower because I felt like I had just closed my eyes, because I tossed and turned all night last night just thinking of what had happened to my dad. And I tossed and turned all night and got up in the morning. I did not want to get up. I was so tired. I felt so tired. But I got up, took a shower just to wake up, and went over to my mom's house to go get clothes for him, and then headed on over to the hospital. So I get there and he wasn't released. Oh gosh. He was released like at 5 this afternoon. 5 o'clock, I think. So he was there almost, from everything that happened, it was almost about, no, it was 24 hours.
About the same time everything happened.
Yeah, 24 hours is how long he was gone.
Hours after what happened.
And my poor dad, the whole time that he's there, all he's worried about is my mom. All he kept saying was, you know, I gotta go home, I gotta go home, you know, your mom's by herself. Her foot is messed up, like, I gotta go home, like, who's gonna take care of her mom? And this man had a completely closed eye, black eye, bleeding from his head, had, you know, cut up his arm, his leg, and he's worried about my mom. So we were thinking that he had a stroke. So we were like really nervous, really scared, not knowing, you know, what is it? And that's the great thing about my sister staying there. She has so many people, connections there, that she was like, okay, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? So she was able to update us right away with any tests that they did. And they ended up releasing him this afternoon after what seemed like an eternity. So I was there with him all day, and I'm the one that brought him home. And all of my brothers and sisters were waiting for him when he got home. So that made his night, and I was so thankful and so grateful that everybody was there. He was extremely happy to see everybody. So what happened with him is that his blood sugar went out of control. He is diabetic. His blood sugar went out of control. He was dehydrated, and that with a combination of the heat and everything else, either it made him trip or it made him lose consciousness. We don't know, because he doesn't remember falling. He doesn't remember any of that, and which in a way is a good thing. But taking him in. They ran all kinds of tests, and when we were in the parking lot, oh my gosh, I was just praying. I was just praying that everything was going to be okay with him. Like, I was just praying that nothing seriously was wrong with my dad. And I was praying so hard because I just wanted him to come home. I didn't want anything to be wrong with him. And by some miracle, by the grace of God, all of my dad's scans for his head, he had not a fracture, nothing. Everything was superficial. He hit the bricks. I don't know how my dad only had superficial here, but again, everything happens for a reason. And doing all the tests that they did, and because we thought it was a stroke, we found out that my dad had a heart attack. Not yesterday, not that day, but 2 weeks or more prior. And my dad never complained of any pain, nothing. But because he had that, it's showing the signs, you know, on the MRI, and it caused a blockage. And so they put him on medication for all of that. And so before he left, they had to do like occupational therapy, physical therapy, to check and see, you know, how stable he was in his movements, to see if he's going to need any type of assistance, like a cane or a walker or anything like that, to be able to walk. And you know, my dad is he's still 77, and he still moves around great. He's still very independent. He still does everything. He still drives. He does everything, you know, on his own. And that's something that I feel like we've taken like for granted, that because we feel that they're so independent, we just think that they're able to take care of everything, and in reality they're not. And this was a big eye-opener. And I know that I take them to doctor's appointments and everything, but that's not enough. That's not enough. And they did the ultrasound of his heart, and they found that blockage, and they also found that his aortic valve is narrow, so he can't do anything strenuous. He can't stress out, can't lift anything heavy. He can't overexert himself, because he's at a higher risk of having a heart attack, another heart attack, a stroke, or having the same episode like what happened to him this time. So they have him on and then we also found out he has an abscess on one of his molars. So the abscess, the blood pressure, the blood sugar, the dehydration, all of that, it just took a toll on him that day. And he was overexerting himself. He did a lot that day. And so now they're referring him to a cardiologist, and just gonna see what happens from there. Although I hated to see my dad the way that he was, it was still, you know, like a blessing in disguise that we were able to find out all this other stuff that's going on with him, because we may not have known, and then we would have gotten a bigger scare, you know, later on, because this was a scare. This was a big time scare. And now I will be going over there every day, whether they have appointments or not. I'm going to go over there in the mornings, especially right now. My dad, you know, he can't really, his eye is completely black, and I don't want to take any chances. So I told him that he usually drives to the store in the morning and go gets their stuff, you know, for the day. And so I told him that this week he won't be doing that. I will be taking him. And I said, you can get down, and I want you to still be active. I'm not going to take that away from you. I don't want to stop him from being active. I don't want him to deteriorate, and I want him to still be active. So for now, just for a little bit, I'll be doing the driving, but I want him to still get down at the store. I'll be getting down with him, and I want him to get his groceries, get the stuff that, just like if I wasn't there. And that way I can monitor his movements and see if he has any weakness or anything like that, or if we need to adjust medication. So for now I'll be doing that. And then, you know, my mom can't do anything right now, so I want to make sure that they eat. I want to make sure that they take their medication. I want to make sure that they have what they need at home, and then just to be there to spend some time with them so that they don't feel so alone, which is something that, you know, that they did bring up to us, is that, yeah, I do take them to appointments or whatever, but I go over there, you know, when we're going to get together. And lately we've been getting together a lot, but I think my mom right now needs more of us, because she is down, and I think she's getting a little bit sad because she can't be independent like she usually is. So I do feel for my mom, and I do understand her. And now with this, you know, we had to break the news to her and my dad, because I told my dad while we were at the hospital and his blood pressure went up a little bit. He was shocked. He said he had no idea that that happened. And part of me wants to believe him, and part of me doesn't believe him, because he's the type that he's hurting and he just won't say that he's hurting. And so we did tell both of them, whatever is going on, we don't care what it is. If it's just a minor pain, we don't care. You're going to tell us so that we can take you to be seen. We don't want this to be out of control or be anything worse. So just tell us. And so hopefully now that I will be going there during the day, and someone else will be going in the afternoon, and then on the weekends as well. So just, you know, to kind of keep an eye on them, and just make sure that they're okay, and just so that they're not alone. I just don't want them to be alone, and I don't want them to feel alone, and it just makes me feel bad that that's how they feel. And it's true, you know, we make time for everything else. We can make a little time to go and spend with my mom and dad. I just want them to be okay, both of them. And I hope that Tuesday, you know, my mom gets her boot and she's able to move around a little bit, so that she feels a little more independent. And I just don't want either one of them to get sick. So with all of that that happened over the weekend, my mind is just, I'm like, I'm not gonna say numb, I'm just tired mentally. I'm just drained. And it was, I thought I was gonna have to come home and still take Gabby a bath and get her stuff together, make sure everybody ate, and, you know, Art's got it under control. And I should have known, but I always worry. But I'm very grateful and appreciative that I know, you know, no matter what, he's gonna take care of these kids. And he told me that he wanted to make sure that, you know, I ate, because I had a hospital food earlier today, and it was the worst hospital food I think I've ever had. It was the worst food ever. That chicken was like a cardboard with barbecue sauce on it, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, so it was what it was. And I didn't want to leave my dad's side, so cafeteria food it was.